Metanarrative, hypotheses non-fingo. We're tragic. We're crowding the airspace. We're crashing our planes. Now we're lost, pummeled in avalanches, nameless out west. We hold out, but hope depends on the plot as reported in the news. The snow doesn't show on the map except in tiny grids, shaded, lightly gray. Yes, you must learn to read them. Contagious magic. The epoch marked by the emergence of voodoo queen diasporas, spells dispersed by a furious storm, their foamy white long robes articulating the sea's fairest honeycomb. I was watching the light on them by degrees, as in everything gray looks as though it is being illuminated. Far from fire there was singing, and I could not make out what was true in the rumors of deception by form or the story of the heather lamb which, pearling fair skin, also brings to mind slaughter, as in the dream of manipulating others by means of art and the dream of the tiger most recently eaten. That is what we mean when we say meaning. The little doll's message reads, the black pin is evil and the white pin is good. That eyes were the sky, which looked as the sea. I am also a mirror, sheeted pure white for sadness, its likeness thereby. Infrastructure and planning. Young disaster of the body, of the water, of the airspace. You cannot rehearse your demise enough. It could be a bridge. You cannot fathom the wake of general destruction as it's represented on multicolored maps. You don't build the shelter to fall apart, but you should. Follow the blue, print to the heart. Every room is a triage cascade of windows, of maladies, contagion unable to stop, the advancing disease. It will come to you. It will cover you. The emergency was so big, it became a distant war, so hard it smarted like snowballs, with ice white hot as light, the eyes open into. During the American Revolution, they dragged a great chain across the river to block invading ships. If these gestures are also language, show me the signal for get me out of here, or the waves that will keep me from reaching you. Multiple groups of people in an enclosed space are called a crush. When they all leave at once, that's the exodus. I said fire inside. Look, I said I found a boat. If one of us knows how to sail, will we be in the sea or on it? The sea made of glass, my heart of the sea, the stomach of the whale that ate me. In the days after, in the nights, when the mountain hadn't come to Muhammad, we wandered longly. The loyal dogs departed, for there was no light. First, we imagined the emergency. Then we practiced survival, waving the white of our surrender everywhere, making anything into an opening. I'm not just coming into the shore, I'm crashing. Hear them cheer out in the harbor. Fat pigeons of the daylight feeding on garbage, forgetting to be decent pigeons, this stupid decorated town, national holiday apparent in the streets. There will be a parade, costumed puppies. My sweater was one of the things I lost, tearing across the country the way I did. Fire on the prairie, a light in the city. The problem is there are enough sad songs to comprise the distance. Alone in winter, Mississippi, the great swallower, every few miles a stranded quarantined car in the headlights. No radio station alive. This is a quaint little dream we have of becoming new, wearing a different stupid town without our problems. Odyssean disaster is almost always caused by Zeus. We discussed this once over dinner. When he blows the survivors to Lotus Eater's Island, they forget the wanting that has propelled the story this far. Why the anchor is a symbol of hope when it's so heavy, don't ask me. I'm not in charge. The method for naming hurricanes is purely alphabetical. Sometimes the world is not ordered for posterity. Sometimes the herald falls in with local cannibals and must be abandoned. Nobody's going to protest that the horseshoe and the wishbone have the same general shape and omen. It seems indisputable till nightfall when you can't make out the sky from the road, turning light blue, turning dark purple into the deep and then black, unmeaning and us, unseen and unspent, unaccounted for. Metanarrative, Platonic forms. Let us agree on traffic lights and liquor, punishment above all else, the edible, coquettish spring, the genitalia of both sexes reified in art and fire. I took the alphabet out again to begin this. Annotate, annotate. We say that it is lost in the translation. I can eat glass and it doesn't hurt me. A grievance supplies its succor. Ibid. This poem's for Michelle. This is not the end of disorder. This is the evacuation plan for people who love peace all over. The world, our market of preparedness. Up all night coding your specific hazards, putting your plan into action. I drafted this script, this address, to broadcast nationally. Before we start, I want to tell you, this is not the end of lawlessness. This is the beginning where we complete a series, highly coordinated actions, seen from above, organizing the waiting landscape. This is not the emergency. This is the emergency dance.